Hey everyone, welcome back to English Vibes.
Hi there. We're so excited you're here with us today.
I'm John.
And I'm Maya. We're here to help you master tricky English expressions.
If you enjoy our videos, please hit subscribe and give us a thumbs up.
Yes, your support means everything. So today, we're explaining something that confuses many learners.
That's right, we're teaching you how to use used to.
This small phrase is super useful but often misunderstood.
By the end of this video, you'll know exactly when and how to use used to correctly.
And you'll avoid common mistakes that learners make.
Let's get started. Maya, what does used to mean?
Used to talks about past habits or past states that are no longer true now.
So it's about things that were true before but not anymore?
Exactly. Things that happened regularly in the past or situations that existed but don't exist now.
Can you give examples?
I used to play piano. This means I played piano in the past, but I don't play anymore.
So it's finished, you stopped.
Yes, that's the key point. Used to always means the action or state has stopped.
What if you still play piano?
Then you can't use used to. You'd say, I play piano, or I've been playing piano for years.
So used to is only for discontinued actions or states.
Exactly. Now let's look at the structure. How do we form it?
Subject plus used to plus base verb. I used to smoke. She used to live in Paris.
Notice it's always used with a D at the end, not use.
I used to smoke is wrong?
Yes, in positive sentences, it's always used to with a D.
What about pronunciation?
We say used to. The D sounds like a T.
So it sounds like I used to smoke?
Exactly. Now let's talk about when we use used to. First, for past habits.
What are past habits?
Actions you did repeatedly or regularly in the past.
Like routines?
Yes, I used to go jogging every morning, or we used to eat dinner at 6 p.m.
These were regular activities that you don't do anymore.
Correct. Maybe now I never jog, or we eat dinner at different times.
What's another use?
For past states or situations that are no longer true.
Can you explain with examples?
I used to be shy. Now I'm confident. This used to be a park. Now it's a parking lot.
So situations that changed.
Exactly. He used to have long hair. Now his hair is short.
She used to hate coffee. Now she loves it?
Perfect example. Tastes, feelings, and preferences that changed.
Now let's talk about questions with used to. How do we form them?
This is where it gets tricky. In questions, we say did plus subject plus used to.
Wait, use without a D.
Yes, did you use to play soccer, not did you used to.
So it's like, did you play, not did you played.
Exactly the same pattern. Did you used to live here? Did she used to work there?
What about negative sentences?
Negatives also use didn't plus used to. I didn't used to like vegetables.
Again, no D on use.
Right. I didn't used to exercise. They didn't get along.
So only in positive statements do we keep the D.
Exactly. Positive, used to. Question and negative, used to.
Now let's practice. Maya, tell me about your childhood habits.
I used to watch cartoons every Saturday morning. I used to collect stickers. I used to be afraid of the dark.
Great examples. What about teenage years?
I used to have braces. I used to play in a band. I used to think I knew everything.
That last one is funny. What about as an adult?
I used to work in an office. I used to commute for 2 hours daily. I used to drink 5 coffees a day.
And you don't do these things anymore?
Not anymore. I work from home now, no commute, and I limit my coffee.
Perfect. Now let me practice. I used to be terrible at cooking.
And now?
Now I'm pretty good. I used to eat fast food every day.
That's changed too?
Yes, now I cook healthy meals. I used to stay up until 3 a.m.
And now you sleep earlier?
Much earlier. I used to think sleep was a waste of time.
Your opinion's changed.
Definitely. Now let's discuss common mistakes. What's the biggest error?
Using used to for things that still happen.
Can you give a wrong example?
I used to go to the gym every day, but you still go. That's wrong.
What should you say?
I go to the gym every day, or I've been going to the gym for years.
So don't use used to if the action continues?
Never. Used to means it's stopped.
What's another common mistake?
Adding the D in questions. Did you used to smoke?
That's wrong because did already shows past.
Exactly. It should be, did you used to smoke?
What about double negatives?
Yes, don't say, I didn't used to like it.
It should be I didn't used to like it.
Correct. No D after didn't.
Now, let's talk about similar expressions. What's the difference between used to and would?
Great question. They're similar, but would is only for repeated actions, not states.
Can you explain?
I used to live in Tokyo is correct, but I would live in Tokyo sounds wrong.
Because living somewhere is a state, not a repeated action.
Exactly. Would only works for habits. Every summer, we would visit my grandparents.
Can you use used to there too?
Yes, every summer we used to visit my grandparents is also correct.
So would is more limited.
Yes, used to works for both habits and states. Would only for habits.
What about used to versus simple past?
Simple past just states a fact. I lived in Paris. Used to emphasizes the habit or routine. I used to live in Paris.
So used to adds the feeling of I did this regularly or this was my life.
Exactly. Compare I smoked versus I used to smoke.
The second one feels more like a habit.
Yes, it suggests you did it for a period of time, regularly.
Now, let's discuss be used to. Is this the same as used to?
No, this is completely different. Be used to means be accustomed to.
What's the difference?
I used to wake up early, past habit. I'm used to waking up early. I'm accustomed to it now.
So, be used to is about the present.
It can be present or past. I'm used to the cold means I'm comfortable with it now.
I was used to the noise means I was comfortable with it then.
Exactly. And notice after be used to, we use ing form.
I'm used to living alone, not I'm used to live alone.
Correct. Be used to plus gerund, ing, but used to plus base verb.
This is confusing. Let's clarify with examples.
Used to, past habit. I used to drink coffee. I don't anymore.
Be used to, accustomed to. I'm used to drinking coffee every morning. It's my normal routine.
Used to, she used to work nights. Past habit.
Be used to, she's used to working nights. She's comfortable with it.
See the difference?
Yes, one is about the past, one is about comfort level.
Now let's practice questions. Ask me about my past.
Did you used to have any pets?
Yes, I used to have a cat named Whiskers.
Did you used to play any sports?
I used to play tennis when I was in high school.
Where did you used to go on vacation?
We used to go to the beach every summer.
Now you ask me.
Did you used to have a nickname?
Yes, I used to be called Johnny.
Did you used to read a lot as a child?
I used to read comics all the time.
What did you used to want to be when you grew up?
I used to want to be an astronaut.
That's so different from being a teacher.
I know, our dreams change. Now let's talk about time expressions with used to.
Used to doesn't usually go with specific time expressions.
What do you mean?
We don't say, I used to go there yesterday, or I used to see him last week.
Why not?
Because used to is for repeated actions or states over a period, not specific moments.
So no specific dates or times.
Right. But you can say, I used to go there every day, or I used to see him regularly.
What about when I was young or in the past?
Those work. When I was young, I used to climb trees. In the past, I used to be more patient.
Now let's practice negative sentences. Maya, tell me things you didn't used to do.
I didn't like spicy food. Now I love it.
I didn't used to exercise. Now I work out regularly.
I didn't used to be organized. Now I'm very organized.
I didn't used to speak English. Now look at me.
That's a great example of change.
Now let's talk about combining used to with other grammar.
You can use it with time clauses. Before I moved here, I used to live in the countryside.
Before I was a student, I used to study all night.
You can use it with contrast. I used to hate vegetables, but now I eat them daily.
She used to be shy, whereas now she's outgoing.
You can even use it in reported speech. He said he used to work there.
She told me she used to know him.
Now let's discuss why used to is so useful for storytelling.
How does that help with stories?
It helps set the scene and describe how things were different before.
Can you tell a short story using used to?
Sure. There used to be a small cafe on this corner. I used to go there every morning. They used to make the best coffee in town. The owner used to know everyone by name. Then, one day, it closed. Now it's a bank.
I can picture that. Used to creates nostalgia.
Exactly. It shows contrast between past and present.
Let me try. This neighborhood used to be quiet. Children used to play in the streets. People used to know their neighbors. Now it's busy and everyone's a stranger.
Perfect. You've painted a picture of change.
Now, let's give viewers practical exercises.
Exercise 1. Complete these sentences about yourself.
I used to blank, but now I blank.
For example, I used to hate broccoli, but now I love it.
Exercise 2. Ask 3 people questions with did you used to?
Like, did you used to have a favorite toy? Or did you used to watch a specific TV show?
Exercise 3. Tell a short story about how something changed.
Use at least 3 sentences with used to.
Exercise 4. Write about a place that used to be different.
This building used to be. This area used to have. There used to be.
Now, let's discuss cultural notes. Do all languages have this structure?
No. Many languages use simple past for these situations.
So learners might not have this in their language?
Right. In Spanish, you might use the imperfect tense. In Chinese, time words show it.
So used to is a special English structure?
It's particularly common in English for talking about past habits.
That's why it's important to master.
Now, let's do our vocabulary review.
Yes, let's review 10 important words from today.
First word, habit. A habit is a regular behavior or action, often done without thinking.
I used to have a habit of biting my nails.
Habits can be good or bad.
Next word, state. A state is a condition or situation at a particular time.
This used to be a state of peace and quiet.
States can change over time.
Next, routine. A routine is a regular way of doing things in a particular order.
I used to have a morning routine of coffee, shower, then breakfast.
Routines provide structure.
Next word, formerly. Formerly means in the past, before now.
I formerly lived in Chicago is similar to I used to live in Chicago.
Formerly is more formal.
Next, discontinued. Discontinued means stopped, no longer continuing.
Used to describes discontinued actions.
Something discontinued has ended.
Next word, accustomed. Accustomed means familiar with something through experience.
I'm accustomed to waking early means the same as I'm used to waking early.
Being accustomed means being comfortable with something.
Next, nostalgia. Nostalgia is a sentimental longing for the past.
Used to often creates feelings of nostalgia.
Nostalgia can be sweet or sad.
Next word, regularly. Regularly means at frequent intervals, habitually.
I used to exercise regularly means it was a frequent habit.
Regularly is the opposite of occasionally.
Next, contrast. Contrast means a difference between two or more things.
Used to shows contrast between past and present.
Contrast highlights change.
Last word, preference. A preference is a greater liking for one thing over another.
My preferences used to be different. I used to prefer tea over coffee.
Preferences can change over time.
So we learned habit, state, routine, formerly, discontinued, accustomed, nostalgia, regularly, contrast, and preference.
These are 10 essential words for understanding and using used to.
Now, viewers, it's your turn to practice.
Write in the comments one thing you used to do as a child.
For example, I used to ride my bike everywhere.
Or share one thing you used to believe that's changed.
Like, I used to think money grew on trees.
We love reading your stories and memories.
Remember, used to for past habits and states that stopped.
Used to in positive statements, used to in questions and negatives.
Don't confuse it with be used to, which means accustomed.
Practice makes perfect.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.
Hit that notification bell for more grammar lessons.
Keep practicing every day.
You used to struggle with this, but now you understand it.
See you in the next video.
Bye, everyone. Keep learning.
Quick vocabulary review. Habit. Regular behavior done often. State. Condition at a particular time. Routine. Regular way of doing things. Formerly. In the past, before now. Discontinued. Stopped. No longer continuing. Accustomed. Familiar through experience. Nostalgia. Longing for the past. Regularly. At frequent intervals. Contrast. Difference between things. Preference. Greater liking for something. Practice used to talk about your past habits and changes.